Hello, and welcome to today's premiere show of YouTube because I don't know what else to say. That's right, it is here, the greatest YouTube show of all time. If you don't think it's the greatest show of all time, well then, you're just wrong. So yeah, today is Open Duel Room. That's right, we're going to do Open Duel Room. So first things first, let me head over and open up the Duel Room. And then we can talk about something real quick that I noticed. Obviously, you all probably noticed it too. Let's get in here and create a Duel Room. I don't know if we'll ever hit 30 people again like we did that one time, but, never know. It might happen. Anyways, let me copy the room ID. I'll stick that over in chat. And there we are. Excellent. So, in case you all didn't notice, we now have a new event, sort of. It's called the Duelist Challenges. Let me bring it up here. And I didn't even really hear anything about this. No one said anything about this at all. So either the people who are giving us leaks or digging for leaks just completely missed this, or they thought it was crap enough that they didn't even care to mention it. But here is Duelist Challenge. Duelist Challenges have begun. Test your wits with campaign-exclusive duel quizzes. Try and solve the limited-time-only duel quizzes. And I have to tell you, here are the number of challenges, whatever. It's like a new one every day. Well, it started out with 2, and then, you get a new one every day, and you have a certain amount of time in which you can do them. And these are the rewards. Intrigue Shield. Interesting. And then the rest are gems. It just feels like they sort of threw this event together. Because it's not very long. It's what, 6 days? Yeah, at the most, I think. It's like 6 days. Yeah, all they're looking for is 5D stuff and extra cards and stuff. I'm surprised they didn't. I mean, well, this was already in the game, and wasn't Intrigue Shield in the game? I thought it was. So, in a sense, this is basically a way, I guess, to sate people who were getting upset with the gem thing. So this is basically 100 gems and a rare card and a super rare card. And, I mean, to be fair, these are not easy quizzes. Now, the first couple of quizzes were fairly easy because they were cards that I was familiar with. I looked at the third quiz, and it's a Noble Arms quiz. And I've never played with those cards, so I have no idea what any of those cards do as far as effect. And each one of them, I'm sure you all have seen, has, it just, I mean, you have to really read each and every one of those cards, because some of their effects, I mean, they have like 3 or 4 effects of them, and it just gets annoying. Yeah, the Jasmine. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It just feels like they didn't, like they just kind of wanted to throw something new, because everybody was complaining about how the game is getting sort of stale. And so they're like, well, let's throw this out there. This is new. This is a new event, and the event's not good. It's actually kind of boring. Because I did these two, like I said, and this one, I looked at it, and I was like, I'm not even going to bother with that. At least not right now. If I get really bored, I may go in there, but I can tell you right now, the 30 gems may not be enough to make me actually want to go and do it. So, yeah. I really don't care. I mean, because you can't finish this anyway, because there's only so many. Like, every day a new one comes out. So, yeah. You may have finished, like, this one and this one, but these have not. Like, this, number 4 and number 5 have not come out yet. But here she is. You basically talk to her, blah, blah, blah. And, yeah, these are the quizzes. I mean... Yeah, I know. But I mean, because I did, like I said, I did the other ones yesterday. And then this one I just saw today. And then I took one quick look at it and went through the cards, and I was like, I'm not going to screw with that right now. So, I don't really care about that. I don't know. Like I said, the event itself feels rushed. Like they just wanted to get something out there that was new. So yeah, I don't really even care about the event. I might do the fourth one just because I don't have that card, so it'd be nice to have it. But the gem rewards for the others, they don't even really tempt me that much, which is kind of crap. So that being said, it is Duel Room Saturday. Open Duel Room. The only thing, this is the weekend, so we do have our rules. No metas, no tier ones. But any other deck, yeah, bring it in. Like I know all the new cards. Everybody's trying to build with those new cards. I didn't get enough of the new cards to really build anything. So I just kind of, I mean, there's a couple of the newer cards that I did get that I did put in decks. But beyond that, yeah, I just couldn't build a Mazamba deck because I couldn't get the field spell card. I still haven't gotten it. And yeah, I mean, I've spent so much on that box already, and I don't know. I mean, once you get past a certain number of cards that you get, like the Flash the Forbidden Spell or the Zaborg, the zombie field spell card thing, after that, I'm not really terribly impressed with the set. I know some people like the water monsters. That's cool. I've never done water monsters. But I'm not crazy about it. It just, I don't know. I'm not really crazy about that box. Yeah, everybody's kind of getting sick of for hires at this point. Because I mean, it's obvious that they're going to stick around for a while. Until at least the next time they go through and try to make changes. And by changes, I mean add things to the whatchamacallit list. Gen X Searcher. Most cards destroy by battle instead of the graveyard. You special summon a monster. Okay. Hello, King Dwagon. Not really drawing anything great right now. Don't expect any mercy from me. Uh-oh, he pulled a card. Gen X Army Person. Okay. I don't know what this guy does. You can destroy one. Oh, no, that stinks. Powerful Reverf. I still don't understand what you guys mean by that. Yeah, I didn't draw what I wanted to draw, so this got ugly really quick. You all keep saying it, but I don't understand what it means. It doesn't make sense. Well, there goes this card. Oh, actually. Here, I'll just do this for the heck of it. For laughs. Seven completed! He didn't even need to do that, but okay. He's like, I just want to play it. I'm gonna play this card. No, I'd rather not. Because y'all come up with weird names that don't make any sense. Like Tilt. That doesn't make sense. It just doesn't. Oh, well, apparently I'm facing somebody named Boss. Okay. I can't whistle. Can you all whistle? I can't whistle. I've never been able to whistle my entire life. I can't do it. Calling me old. You're the one with kids. But then again, you know, a 15-year-old could have kids, I guess. Magical Exemplar. Yeah, I don't know. You know, these darn kids making up all this stuff and still won't get off my lawn. Get off my lawn, you darn kids. That doesn't make any sense. I mean, because what is Ligma? That doesn't make sense. Is that a different language? Nobleman of Extermination. Oh man, I clicked the wrong thing. Here, I'll do that anyway. I don't know, somebody who was being weird. My turn, apparently. It was Dralian. Why don't you just call him Dralian? Isn't that what he is? Dralian? Because he does the alien thing all the time? I don't even know where Dre is. I think Dre is doing something. Because he was like, why haven't you started your show yet? And I'm like, it's not time, dude. He's like, oh. And then I don't know where he went. I'm sure y'all noticed the two extra little things down there in the at the bottom of the screen. Oh, don't DC. What's going on? No! You can't DC. You're not allowed to DC. No, you're not allowed. If you do that, you'll lose. I mean, he actually will, but don't. You're not allowed to DC. Oh, well, I guess he got a crap hand and he decided to DC on me. Oh, well. So apparently that person's not really there now. And they're still going at it. Oh, look. Oh, there's Dre. Dre and Magia Shark are still going at it. Okay. Well, I guess I'll sit over on table 5. And I'll play whomever. I do have 412 gems. I'm actually a little tempted to go get a few packs, but I don't really want to buy any more of the new pack. I really don't, because at this point here, I'll actually go and show you all. There's really, I mean, like I said, the Zaborg card, it'd be nice to have, but I don't need it. But the only other card that I need in the entire box is this, the Vampire Kingdom. That's it. That's the only card I need. Because the only ones I have left are this one, which I don't really care for. This one, which I don't really care for. This one, which, again, if I get it, great. If not, oh well. But that's really the only card. That's it. Out of all the cards, this is the only one that I kind of want. And, yeah, I mean, with 43 packs left, I just know because here's the thing. I know with 43 packs left, I'm going to get trolled by Konami Hardcore. They're going to wait until, like, the last 10 packs and then give me all 4 of these. So basically, I'm going to throw away gems for, like, 33 packs. So, I don't know. I mean, because I have pretty much everything. I know you all can't see, but yeah, as far as all the commons, the rares, I have all of them. So yeah, those are the only 4 cards left in the entire box. And the one that I want, I need this one. I need multiples of. I'm actually kind of tempted to reset. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think what they might do is sometimes they will kind of look at the decks that you have, and the RNG adjusts based on that. But I am very tempted to just reset the box, because cards I wouldn't mind getting multiples of would be Wall of Illusion and Flash the Forbidden Spell. I wouldn't mind either of those. I would definitely like multiples of that. This one, I don't really care. Only if I'm running the zombie deck, which would mean that I would have to get this. But yeah, this one and this one, I wouldn't mind getting multiples of that. So I'm telling you, with 43 packs left, I'm very tempted to just reset. In fact, let's do, not a coin flip, we'll do a dice roll. Here we go. Okay. So, and I'm doing it this way because I am leaning toward resetting the box. If I roll a 1 or a 2, I don't reset the box. If I roll a 3, a 4, a 5, or a 6, I do reset the box. So basically there's a 66% chance that I'm resetting the box here. Okay, here we go. It was a 6. So it looks like I'm resetting the box. Yep. Reset the box time. Yes. Well, goodbye, Vampire Kingdom. I'll get you again eventually. Okay, so now everything's back. Now, at least with these 4 packs, I may actually... Wouldn't it be something if the very first card I got in the reset was the Vampire Kingdom? Well, that wouldn't be so bad, actually, because if it was the first card I got, then I'd immediately reset the box again. So let's see. I don't think I'm going to get anything out of these 4 packs, but we'll get them anyway. Because it's going to be a little while till the next box comes out, so... Nope. Nope. Oh, we're getting something. I wouldn't mind if it's the Vampire Woman again. Oh, it's this guy in the Zektor Centipede. Well, at least I got him here and not from the other box. Alright. I mean, I kind of figured I wouldn't get much out of it, or at least nothing that I want out of these packs. A Wall of Illusion would be nice. No. Yeah, you're pretty boring, Dre. Dre. He's all bored. Dre's like, screw you, man. Oh, look, there we go. That's nice. Another Wall of Illusion. That was nice. Okay. So now it was worth the reset. Because that's 2 Wall of Illusion. Okay. Well, that's alright. That was okay. I got an Ultra that I didn't really need, and another Wall of Illusion. So that's nice. Well, now I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to make a quick change. I think the boredom, Dre, kind of comes with the fact that that there's really not a whole lot of new stuff in the game, and so we get kind of bored. Come on, Wall, where are you? You're way down here. I should have just searched for your name. I still can. Okay, let me head on back to the room and just annoy you all some more with this deck. I mean, you guys have obviously not had a problem with this deck. Well, I've only played one person, really, because the other person DC'd. Okay, so we got random Magikarp. So I've not faced Carp, so we're going to go face the fish. Yeah, I mean, at this point, the game desperately needs 5Ds. It desperately needs it. Because, yeah, I see what you guys are saying, man. I mean, I am getting a little bored. You know, there's not a whole lot going on. Come on, Magikarp, let's go. There we go. You know, the events that they're bringing out are kind of crap. Hey, Warlock. So yeah, the game definitely needs 5Ds. We should, instead of doing the whole I want my gems thing, everybody should have just been spouting endlessly about 5Ds. Because apparently we need it. I mean, I understand why they slowly bring characters out the way they do, because they want to make the game last. But at the same time, when you don't do that, then when you don't bring out some, you know, a new character to get, or, you know, people just get bored. They get really bored of the game. Can't say that I blame them. I mean, that's another reason why I'm kind of doing more of the Fallout stuff now. The Fallout 4 stuff. Because, I mean, and you all see it easily. I mean, look how long my streams are for Fallout 4. There's just so much more to do. There's so much more to the game. Sanctuary in the sky! Hello there, adult website hub. Let's see. You're not going to take damage, huh? So it doesn't matter. Yeah, we'll just send that back to your hand, though. We're just playing some Duel Links adult website hub. And we're talking about how the game needs a bit of an injection of new content, because it's just not working very well right now. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I didn't draw exactly what I wanted, but I guess this will be good enough. Well, it has to be good enough. I don't have an option. The game itself is not old, it just that it's suffering a bit right now from repeat events. I mean, when did the game itself came out, what, in like 2000, like, I think it was January of 2017? So it's not really old. It's just, like I was saying again, it's suffering from a lack of new content. Because some of these new events, like the new event that came out a couple of days ago, just wasn't very good. And the event before that was kind of boring, and the event before that was boring, and the event before that was not good. And, you know, when you keep putting out crap events, it just, you know, it's hard to... It's you know, it's hard to keep your audience around when the game is just... it's just not good. You know, I mean, I mean, you have to think about it, though. Look at a game like Grand Theft Auto 5. It's a 5-year-old game, and it's a game you had to pay for. But it's still around because they still occasionally put out new content. Like the, what is it, the After Hours thing. I mean, It's not, I mean, I'll be honest, it's kind of the same stuff, but at least they're trying. I mean, they're giving you new missions, and they're putting all... Plus, they have all those new racing modes, and those adversary modes, and there's all kinds of different stuff going on there now. I mean, there's a lot of stuff in Grand Theft Auto Online. And Moni with the eyes like, huh? Zeradius! No! Please don't. Please don't. I mean, well, actually, you can't. YouTube doesn't like that. Any links, YouTube is like, no. Here, I know he's going to do a couple of things here, so we're going to make him do a couple of things. Okay, I'm going to get my chain reaction, but he's going to do his counter. And then he's going to bring out his, whatchamacallit, his big guy. Okay, there's the Divine Punishment. At this point, I'm just looking to deck him out. Well, here comes Voltinus. Maybe someday. Well, we all know that's not the real adult website hub, but, you know, it's still funny. Actually, I could have won, and I didn't think about it. I could have won right now, but yeah. Go on, do it. Oh, he's not going to do it. Okay. Gonna end the turn. Okay. Yeah. But, I mean, this is a game where, you know, the cycle goes through very quickly. And so, people expect new content fairly often. I think they kind of did themselves in here. By, oh, what's the word I'm looking for? They kind of did themselves in here because they constantly put out these new events and stuff. And didn't really think too hard about how it would affect the community when they stopped doing events like that. Like when you bring out something new every day for several weeks, and then you suddenly stop doing it, it just gets, you know, suddenly people are expecting one thing and they don't get it. And yeah, like the Yugioh event, how long have we been hearing about that? We've been hearing about that for months at this point. Same thing with 5Ds. We've been hearing about 5Ds for months. And these are the events that we're looking forward to, and nothing's happening. But again, it feels like they're kind of doing it to themselves. I don't know. Maybe if we had maybe if there were times when they first started the game in like the first year, maybe if there were times where there were periods where there were no events, and we had gotten used to that, then when we did have an event, then we'd be so excited. We'd be like, "All right, yeah." So maybe we've been spoiled by too much, and now that we're not getting that same thing with the gems, you know, people got spoiled by the number of gems we were getting, and now that they're backing down off of that, people are not happy. See you later, Dre. I know he stays up all night. But yeah, we've been spoiled by too much. And so now we've come to expect all sorts of stuff now from the game, and when we don't get that, it's like oh, well, Dre went to sleep, so it doesn't matter. There's 8 people in the room and only 2 people on the... Oh, well, they're going. I didn't even see that. I had to update. Nara Siham. Okay. I don't know who this is, but I guess we're going to play them. Maroon and Dan. Oh, don't worry, Carp. At this point, it's like I'm not even really trying. I'm just like... Just kind of going through the motions. Admittedly, I'm in the same boat as you guys, man. I'm just getting bored of this game. Because the lure of the TCG was not only the game, but also that you got to go out and hang out with a bunch of people you knew, a bunch of friends. And it was great. It was fun. You know, I loved doing the events. I loved doing the tournaments for everybody. It was good fun. And... you know, this game doesn't have that. It doesn't have the camaraderie. I mean, yeah, you meet people and that's good and everything, but, you know, at some point, it just isn't enough. Yeah, I don't really... I mean, this deck is kind of new, but it's based on stuff that I was doing 2 months ago, 2 or 3 months ago. So it's not... It's new, but it's not new. But yeah, we could really do with a nice influx of content. Seeing stuff like this... Seeing stuff like this, it just, you know, the whole thing just gets... It just... You know, there's not a lot to it. It's the same game. And another problem with it getting, you know, boring is that, again, just like everybody's complaining, it's the same 2 or 3 deck types that dominate the meta. You know, when you let For Hires reign supreme for this long, it just, you know, it just gets boring. And decks like this, where there's 20,000, you know, spell card activations in one turn, it's like, come on, man, just finish your turn already. But yeah, stuff like that, it just, you know... I understand they're trying to make the game more complex and more interesting. It just, but this kind of stuff just isn't, it's just not fun, man. Where you have to sit here through, 10 different activations. It's like, there have been times where, and I don't, me, I don't really like surrendering duels. But there have been times where I have just been like, I'm just going to end this. In fact, I did it once, I think, when I was during a stream. I did it once where I'm like, okay, spellbooks, I'm not going to deal with this. And I just ended the duel. But yeah, that's just, it's the way, unfortunately, it's the way it is. And you can only do that so many times or for so long until, we just get sick of it. It's because it's the same stuff over and over and over again. It kind of makes me happy that I only do ranked duels on one day. Because if I did ranked duels every single day and just facing the same decks over and over again, dude, I'd lose my mind. I would lose my mind. And I'd be like, okay, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm going to make up my own word at some point. And let you all deal with it. You know how y'all make up all these weird words and stuff? I'm going to do that at some point. And I'm not even going to tell y'all what it means. I'm just going to let y'all try to figure it out. I don't know. Let me see. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll make out like a weird deck, and I'll be like, yeah, man, Dan just got Bugazi'd. Like, I don't know what that means, dude. Or yeah, Moni just got oh no, that's a real word. Never mind. I was gonna say something, but that didn't sound right. Or Moni just got philosophized. Just making it weird words. Well, there we go. Now, since we're talking about that, now we have to make up new words. Come on, and it's got to be something just completely ridiculous. I mean, just like people when people hear it, they'll just be like, "What?" It needs to be completely ridiculous, so that when people hear it, they have no clue, what in the world you're talking about. Bakugan. Isn't that a Bakugan? That's like a, what is that? I've heard that word before. That's a game or something, or I don't know what it is. No, Ligma's stupid. Honestly, I think Ligma is the stupidest frickin' word I've ever heard. It's so dumb. I'm sorry, guys. I just think it sounds stupid. Yeah, there you go, an anime. Okay, I knew I'd heard it before. Let me think. Now I have to think. Okay, well here we can do a meshing, a meshing of different names. Okay, there we go. We'll do. It's the Moni and the Bania. And if they build a deck together, what would it do to you? It Monia. You got Monia'd. It sounds dumb. I'm sorry, it just does. I understand what it means, but it just sounds dumb. Okay, well, I don't see Dre here. Oh, well. Oh, there you are. I didn't see you, Dre. I didn't see that you had moved to the table. Actually, you want me to use a different deck? Because obviously you know what this deck is now. Zarts. You got zarted. Just think of how it would sound if you actually said that to somebody in real life. That's kind of how I think of it. On magnetic cards. Oh, that sounds kind of interesting, actually. You got flamboozled. There you go, flamboozled. When it's a hazy deck. Well, you know, this flame. Never mind. Anyways, just you got something. You got flamboozled. Here comes a Karibo. Oh, wait, well, Karibo, we can still Karibo. No, okay. Me and Moni will kick you. Call it ammonia. But the show is amazing. I never saw the show. I'd heard of it. There are a couple of card games now that I just kind of wish were still around. I think in today's world, some of these older card games that are no longer around would do really well. Like Versus. I've mentioned Versus to you all before. I really think, based on all the... oh, what's the wording I'm looking for? Based on all the superhero stuff that's going on, I really do think that Versus would work amazingly. Let's see, what's this guy do? Once per turn, if this card was tribute summoned by tributing Steelstormer, you can pay 1,000 life points to target one monster in the field and destroy it. Okay. Okay, let me see what he does. Hold on, he's doing something, obviously. Let me see what he does. You know, special summon. Once per turn, you can pay half your life points to destroy all other cards on the field. I can't let you do that. You gotta activate it, dude. So you better activate it. He's like, oh crap. But yeah, I think with all the superhero stuff that's going on now, like, it was weird though, because Versus, like I said, it came out, or it actually died off right as the superhero movies were really starting to get big. Like, I think it was like 2008 or so when Iron Man came out, something like that, and the the game itself actually finally started dying, which was unfortunate, because that was like the last year that anybody really played. And I think if they would have kept pushing it, it'd be amazing today. And that's I mean, it's because last I heard, I forget who it was, but there was another company out there that that built an online game for it that was similar to Versus. And I don't remember hearing much else about it. Like, they built the game and it was supposed to be like this big deal, and then it just died. And that was kind of unfortunate. In fact, I think I have the game somewhere. I remember I bought the game only because it came with a special edition card. And the game was only like $3. But I was like, I don't care about the game, I just want the card. So I got the card. That was my thing. Philo Kaiba. But yeah. I used to really like playing Versus. It was pretty fun. It was definitely different. It was not really, and it was more like Magic the Gathering than it was like Yu-Gi-Oh! Because the cards were bigger, You know, they were the larger cards. They had the thicker card stock, and the rules and whatnot were just more like Magic. Come on, man, what are you doing here? Yes, I collect cards. I have lots. In fact, I have. You should see my desk. I've been cleaning up a lot of cards, but I still have a lot of cards on my desk. Let me see. Of the cards I have on my desk right now, I've got Yu-Gi-Oh, of course. I have Magic the Gathering. I have Versus. I have World of Warcraft. What else do I have here? Oh, what's this? Oh, I have Bionicle. Yes, Bionicle. It's another one of those old defunct card games. I've noticed that a lot of these old card games that I have cards for, they were given to me. Mostly as like promotional stuff, like when I used to do all judging and stuff like that. Hey, Amir, when I used to do judging, this was part of my compensation. Like I'd get tons and tons of cards, and occasionally a rep would come by, or a rep would contact our organizer and be like, "Hey, you can give these packs to your judges and see how they like the game." And unfortunately, most of the games were pretty bad, but occasionally some of them were really good. Let's see, what am I doing here? Okay. Another one that I never played it myself, but I have a lot of the cards, was Yu Yu Hakusho, and that was an anime too. And I actually have some here on my desk. And from what I understand, the game was actually kind of fun, but like I said, I never played it. There was like 2 or 3 people that I knew that played it, but it came out right around the time that Yu-Gi-Oh was really big, and it didn't have a chance. I mean, Magic the Gathering was still doing really well at the time. Versus had just come out. And like I said, Yu-Gi-Oh was doing really well. So Yu Yu Hakusho, unfortunately, didn't have a chance. If you sell cards, you will be rich. Well, it depends. Because people have this idea that if you have all these cards, then you're gonna be rich. But you also have to remember is that a card is worthless unless you have a buyer. And that's the thing about some of these cards that I have is that, yeah, they're great cards, but again, some of these, like all these cards that I have, probably 10,000 World of Warcraft TCG cards that nobody wants them. I mean, they just, I mean, they're not necessarily worthless, but nobody wants the cards. So, yeah, they're just kind of here. It'd be great if I could sell them. I mean, I'm glad I sold a majority of my more valuable ones years ago. In fact, I think I told you all about it. I had a King Magni Bronzebeard Special Edition Extended Art card that I got for being a judge. And I sold it that same day that I got it on eBay. Well, not the same. Well, I put it on eBay, and then it sold the next day. But I got over $200 for that card. And I look at how much it's worth now, and how much I made then, and I'm like, I'm glad I sold that thing. But yeah, it was a very, very fortunate thing that I sold that card when I did. I sold a lot of cards way back when, and I'm glad I did. Because some of them are, I mean, well, some of them are, well, actually, let me think. Do I regret selling any? I can't think of any one particular card that I actually regret selling. Because most of them, besides the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, only a handful of Magic cards that I had then are worth a little bit more now. Let me think. Like, there was a card called, what was it called? Kodama's Reach. I know most of y'all have no idea what that is, but it came from an older Magic set that was available back in the day. And that card back then was like a $3 card. Well, now it's worth a bit more. Another one, gosh, I can't think of too many cards that have really appreciated that much in value. One that I did keep, and I'm glad I kept, was a card called Through the Breach. And when that card came out many, many years ago from the Champions of Kamigawa set, initially it went for about $10, $15. And I had the foil version. And at the time, foil cards, they were okay, but they didn't fetch a premium in Magic. And so having the foil didn't add a ton of value to it. Well, I held on to that card and I stuck it in protectors and everything. And that's a good thing because now that's, you know, it's a $100 plus card. It's like a $110, $115 card. And I still have it, so I could sell it. And they sell. That particular card sells really well. So if I wanted to, I could dump it and probably, after, fees and everything, I could probably make some pretty good money off of it. And I am tempted to sell, I really am, because again, a lot of these, Magic the Gathering I think is going to stick around for a while, so it's probably okay to hold on to that card, but some of these others, I mean, I get a little worried sometimes. That's why if people give me cards, I'm fine with it, but, as far as buying into new games, I don't really want to do that. Like, there's a new game, there's a couple of new games out there. There's Force of Will, not really new, but it's only like 3 years old. I hear good things about it, but again, I mean, I don't want to dump several $100s into a game and then it just die, and then suddenly the cards lose more than half their value. Thankfully, Yu-Gi-Oh stuck around a little longer, so and again, thankfully, a lot of the common cards that I've held on to, a lot of those have maintained their values. And not only have they maintained their values, but some of them have gone up quite a bit. Like even some just regular old common cards. Oh man. Oh, don't DC on me, dude. I think we're gonna get DC. Oh, maybe not. Okay. But yeah, there's a handful of common cards that are worth some nice money now, considering they're just commons. I thought you were going to bed, Dre. I'm over here talking about card games, and Dre's like, let's play again. I'm like, dude, I thought you were asleep. Or going to sleep, at least. But yeah, just, I mean, like, I know Moni was trying to get into, or they're still looking to get into the Yu-Gi-Oh! TCG. And I gave him a little advisement. I was like, oh, I haven't faced Dan yet. Let me face Dan. I gave him a little advisement. I'm like, whatever cards you choose to put in your deck, fine. Just get the cheap versions. Because it makes no sense. It makes no sense to go in. Is Dan just... Is he really there? Or what's going on? Come on. There we go. Okay. Because it makes no sense to go and get, say, a $20 Cyber Dragon, super rare, when you could get, a 50-cent common that does the exact same thing. So... And I know that Moni was also looking at some of the newer cards that came out in the latest box. And yeah, some of those are pretty expensive. And yeah, I am happy that I pulled that $50 Boral Sword Dragon card. I have it here in my hands. And I know I should sell it, but it's like, I really need to sell it. I really should. If anything, the Danger Jackalope card I got is going to maintain its value more than that Boral Sword Dragon is. Yes, there's a reference of Dog Joey. In fact, that's how the whole thing started. When you first talked to... or actually, when the event started for me and I logged in, it did that whole spiel where Joey was talking to the tour guide of the underworld, and he made reference of the whole thing. Yeah, $50 is $50, man. I mean, that's, like, I was talking to Moni about it, and I was like, yeah, man, because that 55, or the $50 or $55 is worth something like that. Man, that could really... Because when I went to Target, when my family was here a few days ago, they offered to take me wherever I wanted, and I was like, okay, fine, let's go to Target. So I went to Target, and... and I bought a bunch of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, or Yu-Gi-Oh packs, and I bought a bunch of Magic the Gathering packs. And the Magic the Gathering packs, unfortunately, didn't fetch a huge amount of money. But that one Boral Sword Dragon card basically paid for about 70% of how much I spent on the whole thing. So to sell it, I'd make a lot of money back. And then I still have the other cards. See, that's the thing I don't like doing. I would not spend money on cards really too much for Duel Links. I can't see my... Like, there would be times, back in the day when dump 200 bucks on booster packs or booster boxes. And I was fine with that because at the time Yu-Gi-Oh was really big, and I knew that I would get at least a handful of pretty good cards that I could sell or trade. But with Duel Links, if you dump $200 on packs, they're still just digital items, and you can't trade them, you can't sell them, you can't do any of that stuff. Let's see, what does she do? Okay. Yeah, they don't. They don't have any value. Other than the fact that they are an entertainment item, that's about it. That's really the only value they have. Yeah, you can't do anything about it. Just it is unfortunate. But like I said, at least with the TCG, at least with the TCG, you've got some value in the cards. Let me see, Powerful Rebirth and Powerful Rebirth. Okay. Yeah, we've said that before, but about people just getting multiple accounts. That's kind of one of the reasons why certain games are better with subscriptions. Yeah, buying pixels or buying pieces of paper. But the difference is that those pieces of paper actually do still hold some value. As long as the game is around, those pieces of paper still hold value. It's kind of like a dollar bill or a euro dollar or a British pound. Yeah, it's basically a fancy piece of paper, but it has value in it because we put value in it. And because you can take it and you can trade it for goods, and the goods you can then take and resell and get more of those, paper dollars back, and there you go. That's why it has value. That's why in some senses it's not, I mean, obviously cards are never going to be like real money, but at least you have the opportunity to sell and get real money for them. Whereas with digital stuff, it just, yeah, you're never really going to be able to do that. I mean, even if you try to sell your account or something, which is, against the terms and conditions, um, yeah, I mean, you're never really going to make a lot of money out of this. And even then, I can't, like, I don't know about other people, but I can't see um, two Shan and two powerful warriors of your opening hands. Oh, that stinks. I can't see myself thinking, hey, let me go buy this Duel Links account for $300. I simply don't see myself doing that. Simply because, again, it just, once you spend that $300 is gone. And now you have this digital item that the game could shut down tomorrow. And just like that, it's worth nothing. It's like, at least with some of the old cards that I have, like the WoW TCG cards or the Versus cards, some people do still play. Um, but it's not as big, obviously, as it used to be when the game was maintained. And I'm trying to think of a different character to duel you all with now, because I've been using him a lot. So I'm going to give you all something different to look at. Let me think. I'm probably going to regret... No, I don't want to use him. I don't even remember what deck Mokuba has. Oh, here, I'll play with this one. This is a terrible deck, but I'll play with it. Yeah, some days the RNG is just like, nope. Believe me, I'm very well aware of the RNG. Okay, Dre said he wanted to play again. Already faced Pegasus. And nobody else is at a table, so I guess we're facing Dre again. Taya Gardner. No, I can't use Taya Gardner. Well, I mean, I can, but I won't. Because the main deck that I have on Taya is my Amazon deck. So, and that would be unfair, because, like I said, the whole idea of our weekends is we use non-meta, non-tier 1 decks. And Amazon is very much meta, very much tier 1. So, well, maybe not tier 1, maybe like 1.5, but it's still a very, very good deck. So that would be very unfair for me to use that deck against them. Especially seeing as how they're... Well, I guess Dre's gone. Especially seeing how as everybody else is abiding by that rule. It'd really be sad if I didn't abide by my own rule. Okay, well, I'm over on table 1, and there's 10 of y'all in here. You can't burn mini cards? What do you mean burn? Let's see. Would you buy the one of any Angry Kuribo card if someone decides to sell you its... What do you... I'm not sure, really sure what you're saying. An Angry Kuribo? What do you... What? I don't know what you mean. Are you talking like a real physical card, or are you talking about in the game? Because if it's in Duel Links, no. I will not pay real money to anybody for... Well, I imagine I can't get it in there anyway, but still. But if it was like a real-life Yu-Gi-Oh! Kuribo card, maybe. It depends what the card is. There aren't... I mean, I've showed them on videos where I've done videos about the cards. There are a few of the various Kuribo cards that have really good value. Like, there's that Winking Winged Kuribo that I did a video on. That one has good value. I think that's like a 15... I think it was a $15 card, was it? I forget. Wow, this is not a good hand. Oh, send to the graveyard. Well, you could. There are cards that help you send cards to the graveyard, like Cheerful Coffin, but nobody ever plays Cheerful Coffin. And Cheerful Coffin is in Duel Links. Oh, but let me see. It's basically a Kuribo who's angry. Only one exists in the world? I don't know. Oh, I know what deck he's playing already. I already know what this is. I'm just gonna sit here and let him do his thing. Anyways, I've not heard of it, but there are a handful of cards that there are only one in the world. I'm trying to think. There's one card that I have no idea what even happened to it. Because I mean, how can I put this? It was essentially a card that was special made, if I remember correctly, and I could be remembering this wrong. But there was a card that was made for a kid that was sick, and I believe he was terminal. And one of his wishes, I guess, one of his last wishes was to have a Yu-Gi-Oh card made. And I guess they granted him his wish. And they made him a card. It's the only copy of that card. And I imagine maybe his parents still keep it, you know, because it's supposed to be of him. So, yeah. But yeah, that's the only copy of that card. It's called Mateo the Matchless. You can find pictures of it online, but I'm fairly certain that you're never going to see that card on the open market. It's just not going to happen. This destroys all of them, huh? All spell and trap cards on the field. Oh, okay. That's a big deal. But I know that there were a couple of others that they don't have single printings, but the printing numbers are very, very low. I'm trying to remember what some other ones are. Basically, like the old Shonen Jump cards. Those are like the original Cyberstein. Those cards, there's only a handful of them. But those cards are. I want to say they still have some value, but hold on. Let me check something here. That would be funny. Uh, Anyways, but yeah, like all of those cards, some of them sold really well years and years ago. I don't know what the prices are on them now because they're, Cyberstein's been reprinted. Um, Another one that I forget its name. Oh man, what is its name? Uh, but there are a couple of other Shonen Jump and WCS cards that are just really really hard to find. How expensive is Beaver Warrior? It depends on which version you're talking about. Because I can't think of, I don't know. I mean, you make the joke about Beaver Warrior, but there are certain cards that you would not think have any real value. But then you go and you look and you're like, wait a minute, these actually do have value. Like, there's a common card called the Happy Lover. I made a video about that too. But it's just a regular common card, but it's worth $7. And you would think, $7 for a common? But yeah, that's yeah, it's regular common card, not even useful in a deck really. Never seen it played, but it's $7, and that's mostly from a collector standpoint because I can't think of anybody that would. What is this? Draw Sense Dark. Oh no, I don't want to use that. Tyler the Great Warrior was a card made by Konami for a sick kid who got it from Make-A-Wish Foundation. Oh, there you go. But I also remember that card, Mateo the Matchless, and I can't... Maybe that was that card that I was thinking of instead of Mateo the Matchless. But like I said, it'd been a little while since I thought about it. Only 3 copies. Which deck do I feel will be good? None of them. None of them. Because we're just going to keep, seeing for higher decks everywhere we go. That's why none of them are good. Yeah, and as long as you have a deck that can immediately flood the field and negate essentially every single thing that you do, then yeah, it's gonna be crap. But yeah, every deck sucks, except for like the top 2 decks out there, which are Fur Hires and take your pick of the other 2. It doesn't really matter. But yeah, unfortunately, I thought the Sylvan nerf was exactly what the game needed, but then when they brought out Fur Hires, I was like, well, so much for that. Oh, okay. Well, there you go. 2004 prize card. And I've got 12 whole gems. Whew, man. Oh, look, I've got 50. I didn't even see that. Sylvans never die. Well, they made them harder to work with, but like I was always saying before, the main issue, I think, was the fact that they semi-limited Rose Lover and they semi-limited the Marshall Leaf. But you don't need Rose Lover to make the deck work. You can use Magical Merchants. Hey, Shadow Lord, what's going on? But yeah, you don't even need the Rose Lovers to really make it work. Rose Lover makes it better, but the Magical Merchant is a good substitute. Yeah, there's always going to be that one evil deck that nobody likes, but everybody plays. Seriously, because I tell you right now, 70% of people play for hire, but, you know, there's probably even those people who play for hire, but they hate facing it themselves. Have I done the Duel School Challenge? I did the first two, and this third one that popped up for me, I looked at it, but it was right before the stream started, so I just kind of, yeah, it's still there. I'll probably do it later. But with my whole 50 gems, I'm going to go get a pack. Because I got a wall, which was nice. I got another Wall of Illusion. That was a nice pull. But let's see. I doubt I'll get anything here. Because I already got an ultra rare and a wall. Actually, given that I got a wall already, I kind of want to reset the box again. I'm going to reset the box. So that means that I will get, at some point, 3 walls. If I could get 3 walls and 3 legendary Jujutsu Masters, oh my gosh. Well, now I have to think. What's another card that sends back? Oh, the Terra. Whatchamacallit, Terra, that dinosaur. He sends back too. Wouldn't that be annoying? Just build a deck that just sends stuff back over and over again. Well, yeah, if you read the cards, it's not hard, but I've never played with any of the Noble Knights cards, so I would literally have to go and read them, every single one of them. And at this point, I'm just like, do I really want to do this? I'm serious. I should do it. Yeah, Hane does it too, but that's a flip. And it's only usually one time unless you happen to have a Book of Moon, but I don't think Book of Moon's even in the game. Hane does 2 monsters, but he's a tribute. I really wish we had Guardian Sphinx. I would build just a return deck. I'd be 3 Wall of Illusions, 3 Legendary Jujutsu Masters, 2 Guardian Sphinx, Hanes, you know, cards like that. White Ninja, does that do the... I'm not familiar with his effect, actually. I don't know. Here, I'll actually go over here, and I'll let you guys just tell me what to do. Because I really don't want to even read these cards right now. I'm just like, yeah, screw it. Okay, here. We're going to go do it. And I'm going to let you all tell me what to do. And I know that y'all are going to purposely fail me like 8 straight times.
Do it!
Okay, so I know what this does. But look at how long these descriptions are, man. Well, this one's not so bad, but some of these are just really long. Look at that. I mean, I don't want to read all this, man. We do have Book of Taiyu. Oh, Book of Moon's in the game? I've never seen it. Okay, so you have to tell me what to do. What am I doing here? Okay, apparently I have to equip something to one of these guys. I guess it would be, what is it, this one? Let me see. Target one Noble Monster you control. Equip it with one equip card from your deck that can equip to that card. You can only activate 1 Glory of the Noble Knights per turn. Okay, but equip what? Which one? This one? So Dryston. Which one is Dryston? That's per river. Okay, that's Dryston too. Gallowin or Storgadurs. Bedwetter. Okay, choose the one with 1000 attack boost. Okay, that's not it. Okay, well, I guess I have to play this to get the card from my deck, right? I don't know. I'm depending on you, so if I fail, all of you fail. Because I really don't want to go through all this BS. Equip Afrid to Adruges. I have no idea what that means. Okay, so I'm guessing this is what you mean, Afro. Equip Afro to Astro. Okay, well, I'm following Complacent because he usually gives pretty good advice. Okay, so equip Afro to Astro. Okay, which one's Astro? To Astro. Okay, so we're equipping this to whatever. Okay, so we're doing this, and we're going to equip it to this dude. Okay. Okay, so I've done that. Again, if you all fail it, I mean, it's your show, guys. If you just want to see me fail at this over and over, it's really up to y'all. Okay, so I equipped or whatever. I equipped this to that guy. Okay, apparently y'all are smiling and laughing, so apparently I already failed. So, activate it and destroy a face-down card. Oh, I can activate it. Okay. Now I get to destroy a card. Okay, so any of them, I guess, will work because they're all Widespread Ruin. Man, I wish I had 3 of those. That'd be amazing. Okay, so I'm destroying a Widespread Ruin. Excellent, okay. So we've done that, and apparently now I can do something else? Or... Okay. Equip Sonic the Hedgehog to Call of Charizard. I don't think I have those. Equip only... Well, I should probably at least try to read these. Equip only to a Noble Knight's... Okay, never mind. You can only control one Noble Arms Afro. Equip only to a Noble... Well, Jesus Christ, man. I can't even read anymore. Use Double Cyclone. Okay. Right now? Okay, using Double Cyclone. Apparently I have to target this. So I can target that. Okay, so do I chain this guy's effect? Okay. Man, y'all are terrible at this. I don't even know what this guy's effect does. When this card is normal summon special... Okay, that doesn't matter. Let me see. You can target one Noble Arms equipped spell card and one appropriate monster on the field. Equip that equipped card to... Yeah. No. Okay, so I don't use that effect. Okay. Activate Noble Arms Afro. Yes. So we're activating the Afro? Because every good Afro needs activator. I think. Or is that Jerry Curl? I don't remember. Okay, so is it no to Afro, or is it no to... I don't know what y'all are saying no to anymore now. Oh, okay, so now you're saying yes to this. So okay, so yes to the Afro. Okay. Well, I'm going on what Maroon says, and if... Yeah. Equip it to an enemy monster. Okay. So we're doing that. And select a monster to equip it to. Well, it's... Apparently I have to equip it to one of mine. The delay in the stream is terrible. The delay in your life is terrible. To my Dryston. Okay. This guy. Okay. Equip it there. And now do I want to chain this? Imagine if I just had you guys telling me what to do through an entire duel. We would be here forever. I would have already gone overtime. Okay, so do I want to activate the Afro... whatever this is? The Glory of the Noble Knights. Well, I don't necessarily have to. Here, I'll just do that. Select a card to destroy. Okay. So should I take out the 19 attacker, maybe? Okay, so I take out the 19 attacker now? Okay, 19 attacker. Yes? No? Not yet? Well, I have to, because look, it's telling me to... Well, oh, I see. Okay, no. I'm getting yes and no from both of y'all. From all of you. Well, I have to destroy something. Okay, so I'm taking out this person. Okay, we're taking out that. Okay, now... Jesus Christ, man. There are too many effects, dude. Okay, so I destroyed him. I'm not going to chain anything, because this is just getting ridiculous. Okay, so not chaining. Okay, there. Okay, so he's dead now. So now I can activate this effect and destroy the other face-down card, right? I imagine that's what I'm going to do, because that's what I'm doing. Yes, I know about the delay. There's a slight delay. Okay, so let's see. What am I doing here now? Okay. So now change them all to defense, right? Last chapter? What is last chapter? I don't know what last chapter is. You mean Glory of the Noble Knights? Glory of the Knights of the Noble. Choose. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I've just been doing what you guys have been telling me to do. Yeah, because they're not there anymore. You guys are terrible coaches. Activate quick play. No, I'm not listening to you, Maroon. You're telling me to activate cards I don't even have. Why the hell would I do that? No, I'm not listening to you. Glory of the Noble Knights. Okay, so activate this now. Okay, select a monster to equip. So I guess I could equip it to anybody? Or... He knows we weigh. That's okay. To Dristan. Okay. So, hold on. Where's Dristan? Dristan! Okay, so we're going to put it on... Okay, so I'm putting it on him. You can declare every duel invalid. Okay. So we're equipping it to Dristan. To Driscoll. Whatever. Okay. So you're doing that. Do I want to chain this? A bedwetter? It's on Dristan! So now bedwetter. Choose Noble Arms Galatan. Okay, so we're not going to use this. We're just going to let this resolve. Okay, Noble Arms Galatan. Okay, we're using that. Okay, good. So that's done. Okay, so let's see. 1,000, 100. Well, that wouldn't be enough. Okay, so I didn't chain. Excellent. Just go and watch Anime Impact video. No, Mujim, this is more hilarious. Okay, attack with this guy first to put him in defense. Okay, so should I go to attack phase now? But which one do I attack? Who do I attack first? Do I attack Chad or do I attack Astro? Okay, go to attack. Okay. We are now in attack phase. Or battle phase. Attack with Driscoll to the 1300. Okay. So we're attacking with this dude. To 1300. Okay, then Bedwetter attacks to 1500. Oh, look, I can activate an effect. Should I do that? Don't chain. Okay, don't chain. Okay, so I'm attacking the 1600 to that. Okay. There we go. Okay, so it's 29 now, or something. Or 19. They got 29. Okay, then direct attack with 19, then chain Bedwetter. Okay. Attack and chain Bedwetter. Oh, and then I moved this thingy, the one with 1,000 attack, over to him. Right? So I switched Galatan to the 19 attacker, which is this dude, right? Hooray! I guess it really would have helped if I've actually played Noble Knights. If I had failed right there at the last second, you guys would have lost your minds. You'd have been like, no! What are you doing? I'm sorry, I just found that whole thing just hilarious. That thing took a good 9 minutes. And now I just gotta wait for the challenges to reset, which they're actually getting ready to reset here in a couple of minutes. Okay. I is thinking good and stuff. Banana bus. We never in doubt. Hold on, apparently I have to look at something. Oh, this guy. Oh, I've seen that card before, the Angered Kuriboh. I have a feeling they're going to reprint that card. I really do. They're going to reprint it. And then that card's going to be worth next to nothing. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. See, that's the thing. I knew that Shy Guy wouldn't troll me. I wasn't certain about Maroon. I knew Dre would. Because that's all Dre does. And Mood Jim's like, you already messed up. Yeah. I usually pick like one person and just go with what they normally tell me. I figured Shy Guy and Dan would probably... Well, I figured that you two would be the most helpful. I think Moni was kind of... Like Moni wanted to help, but at the same time they wanted to see me fail just because it would be kind of funny. And Dre was like, no, let's make him fail. You guys are jerks sometimes. Okay, I don't think there's anybody in the duel room anymore. Yeah, everybody left. Well, there's 9 in here, but nobody's here at the tables. Yeah, see, Moni was kind of like cheering, like I hope they win, but if they don't, that'd be kind of interesting. It's kind of like you're the kind of person that kind of wants to see a car fire, simply because, you know, simply for the entertainment value, but you don't want anybody to die. At least Dre agrees, like, yeah, I probably would. Fountain click. Oh, I think I already got him. Yeah, I already, because I would need 8. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna get any here. Because I would need to get 4 from each of these, and I don't think that's gonna happen. Now let's see. Oh, well, there we go. I did get Fountain of all. Let me see. How many do I get? 3? 1. 1 gem. Oh, wait. I haven't seen my... Here, we can watch this. We'll do that while we talk about stuff, I guess. Oh, no. Reset is going to happen. No. Raphael. Come back. So anyways, I want to get rid of my Amazon deck. I don't like it anymore. So what should I run next? Because I don't want to run for hires. I don't want to run spellbooks. I don't want to run masked heroes. So I don't know. I don't know what to run anymore. Because that's, you know, I mean, some of these decks like that spellbook deck, I almost don't even want to watch this anymore because it's spellbooks. Kuriboh TK. I wish there was a deck like that. Yeah, this is ridiculous. I mean, how many? He's already activated how many spell cards? Come on, man. This guy's gonna take forever. Oh, wow. That was kind of amazing. He was just like, nope. So he's gonna get whacked for a pretty good amount here. Well, we're probably gonna do more of the spell part on the spell, whatchamacallit. Run yourself into a wall of illusion spike shield. I have 2 wall of illusions already. Oh man, this for hire guy is completely on the ropes right now. Apparently he can't handle Madam Thickness. gosh, man. So much searching and... Ooh, treacherous. That actually was a good move. That was a very good move on his part, saying that treacherous. Dinah in defense position. Interesting. Oh, wow. Okay. Isn't that sad, though, Dre? When you really think about it? I mean, your statement is not popular, but it's true. It's very true. I mean, unless you get really great starting hands pretty much every single time, with your non-meta deck, you're not going to get very far in ranked duels. Like me, I got right to gold 5 with my non-meta deck, which I think is pretty darn good. But yeah, once I got to platinum, it just... Oof. Wow, what a comeback. Frickin' fur hires, I swear, dude. Well, we got our 5 whole gems. Oh, it's reset, man. Oh, well, the dual thing reset. Okay. I still really like my fire lockdown deck. It suffers from bad hands occasionally. Yeah. But I know if they were to really go in and really just kind of, you know, just really address the whole situation, because there's, I mean, think of it like this. In fact, here, I'll go to I'll go to the card catalog. And when you look through all the cards there, how many are actually limited or semi-limited? There really aren't that many. Look, there's 1. I mean, I'm probably missing a few here, but I'm just going to scroll through quickly. Right, hold on, there's another one. There's 2. This may take forever. But I think you all get what I'm trying to get across here. There aren't a lot of cards here that are limited or semi-limited. There's just not. And when you compare that to the TCG, there's a huge difference there. Because if you look at the ban list and the... Well, first of all, ban list, obviously. TCG has the ban list. Duel Links has no ban list. The limited, again, is far greater in the TCG than it is in Duel Links. And the semi-limited is greater than in Duel Links. And I think they really need to do that. It would definitely make things different as far as some of these other decks. Because, I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure out that there is a pretty significant imbalance in the game right now. And that might be another reason why people are quitting. Not only because there's not a lot of new content, but also, yeah, the TCG is older. Yeah, I get that. But still... there's a huge disconnect there when it comes to people who are able to put together these, in some cases, very expensive meta decks. And, you know, I mean, if you were a new player and you came into the game and you've been playing a week, there's no way, unless you dump a ton of money into the game, that you're going to be able to throw together an Amazon deck. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be able to throw together a lot of these expensive masked hero decks. For hires, that's why people play it, because it's cheap. You know, you really only need 2 copies of Beat. You can, I mean, 3 would obviously be better, but you only really need 2 copies of it. But, yeah, I mean, I think they really need to get on the ball when it comes to limiting cards. I know people are going to freak out if they do start limiting cards, saying, oh, well, I paid money for this. Well, it doesn't matter, you know. I paid money for a lot of cards in the TCG, but, you know, things like this happen. Here's another one. That's what, 4? I think that's 4 that we've found so far. And I know enemy controller would be 5. But yeah, there's really not a lot of cards in here that are limited or semi-limited or even banned. There are no banned cards. Cup of Ace is limited to 2. And I know they run it differently. I understand. I know that if you run one of these, then you can only run 1 enemy controller. I get that. And that's good. But still, I still think a little more needs to be done, just to kind of reel things in. Because unless that happens, unless something like that happens, then you're going to keep seeing this sort of divide. You're going to keep seeing that the meta basically sitting at, 2 or 3 decks at most. And then there will be the other ones that are like tier 2 decks that are pretty good. But some of them, like I said, are just going to be so darn expensive to put together that only people who are able to spend an exorbitant amount of money or who have a lot of time are going to be able to put together these better decks. And that's unfortunate. Yeah, I'm not liking the way things are looking right now. Detonate. Man, there's a lot of cards here, huh? They do, and I don't think the fix comes in one single thing. It comes in a lot of different things. It comes in the limiting and possibly even banning of some cards. It comes in, obviously, new content. There's just so many different things that, I mean, there are a lot of things the game gets right, and then there are a lot of things that the game just does not do very well. Balance is one of them. The game does not balance very well. I mean, heck, in the TCG when Cyberstein came out, it came out, and a week later, it was put on the ban list. They immediately got rid of it. And people were pissed. People were angry. I mean, because it came out in, I think it was Dark Beginning 1 or Dark Beginning 2. I want to say Dark Beginning 1. It came out and everybody was, going crazy, building, Cyberstein decks. And then like a week later or so, it was gone. Just like that. And people were pissed. But at the same time, we all knew that, well, it does have to go away. Because a card like Cyberstein, I mean, it's ridiculous. And I think they did bring it back for a time. I think that's how, or I can't remember exactly how it worked, but they did bring it back, and it was limited to 1. I mean, it was still a searchable card. Do you think ranked PvP is not diverse enough? Well, to promote healthy gameplay. Pretty much from rookie up to about silver, there is a good variety of decks. I think that is good. I mean, that's why I kind of enjoy it. Not necessarily because I know how to beat a lot of those decks, but just because it's nice to not only see those different types of decks, but also because we don't find ourselves having to play decks like Amazons and Fur Hires to win. And that makes the game ultimately more fun. Because what's the use of having, I mean, with all the various characters, you get like 3 to 5 deck slots. What's the use of having all those characters unlocked, all of those deck slots unlocked, yet you're only really running 1 or 2 decks? Because the meta is basically demanding that you do that. Yeah, but Dan's saying exactly what, I'm thinking. Between rookie rank and the end of silver, and maybe even a little bit into gold, you see a nice variety of different decks. Now, again, some of them aren't very good, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong. I mean, not every deck is going to be a winner. It's just not. But if you go to higher rank, like if you go to, like, say, Platinum Plus, there's very little diversity there. I mean, in the higher you get, the diversity gets lower and lower and lower. And the only reason people see different decks in COG is because at that point, well, that's the goal. The goal is basically to get King of Games. And once you're there, you don't really care. If you win, great. If you don't, well, it doesn't matter. At that point, that's why when you get into King of Games, you're not going to see tons and tons of Fur Hires or Amazons or Masked Heroes, because you don't need to win anymore now. You just can go in and have a good time. And that's what most people do. Is they get to COG, they figure my work is done, and now I'm just going to have a good time. And I wish the good time was from the moment you start ranked all the way up. But it's not. Because once you get basically from Platinum all the way through Legend, I mean, and I understand the game is supposed to be tough in a lot of respects. I get that. But just the sheer number of, what's the word I'm trying to look for? Just the limited number of decks that can actually get you to King of Games is so small that like you guys have said, unless you run for hire, you're probably not going to get cog. Unless you run Amazon, you're not going to get cog. Unless you run whatever, spell books. And again, it's not that I necessarily dislike the people who run those decks. I know why they run them. They're just not fun to play against. I've heard of people still playing their meta decks in cog, but I think it's kind of stupid. It's their game. They can, maybe they're just going for the total wins. Maybe that's what they're doing. And that's the reason that they're still running their meta decks. Because, the whole thing is what? Like, you have to get like 120 wins. That's like, I guess what everybody kind of aims for. And, yeah, I guess even when they get to cog, they may not have hit that level yet. So they may still be trying to get their wins. But yeah, there's from what obviously I've never been to cog, and I'm probably not going to get there because I'm not super hardcore as far as being competitive. Although, like I said, I am going to try for the KC Cup just to give y'all something to watch. But yeah, the diversity as far as decks is terrible. It's really bad. Considering how many cards there are in this game now, it's really sad that we only have 2 or 3 decks that we can really turn to really push it, to really, have that, to really push it into Legend and Platinum and all that. Going to try and use the water deck to get at least Platinum. I wish you luck, sir. I don't know if it'll get you there, but yeah, once you get to 120, Konami only gives you 30 gems. Well, that's probably what it is. Is that after the 120, it's not really worth it to many of them to go any further, because at that point you've gotten all of your card tickets, and that's what, well, at least that's what I would go for as far as doing ranked duels and stuff. That's the main thing. If I get gems, fine, but I care more about the card tickets, because there are a handful of cards that I know I can only get from those card tickets. Six Samurai SSA. I'm guessing SSA means Super Secret Assassin. I don't know. But I remember when I first started playing Duel Links, I thought that water deck that I saw with Abyss Soldiers and that sort of stuff, I thought that deck was amazing. I thought it was great. I thought it was a great use of Abyss Soldier. So I really do wish that water decks, and even with these new cards, I've not seen a deck yet. I've not seen a water deck yet. Of course, it's only been a few days. But I've not seen a deck take advantage of those new water cards yet. I'd like to see it, just to kind of see how it all works out. What do I want to duel you again, dude? You always play me with these funky decks. And I always play you with something a little more straightforward. See Stealth Attack. Oh. Well, no, not even see Stealth Attack. I understand. Again, that's a good card. I know it's a good card. I've seen it. But I would just like to see, a bigger variety. And I don't, based on how things are going right now, again, unless Konami makes a real effort, like I said, to not be afraid to put cards on the banned list. We have no banned cards right now. In Duel Links, we have 0 banned cards. If they don't become afraid to ban cards, or to not just semi-limit, but limit cards, then they would effectively change the meta. Because they're the one. It's obviously it's their game, so it's within their power to change the meta if they want to. And I understand they let certain cards go for a certain length of time because it's good for business, but then after a while they also have to understand that it's maybe not so good for business. Because, eventually people are, again, like what's happening right now, there's a downturn and people are not happy with the game, and people are leaving the game and trying other things. They're going and doing other games now. And, like 6 weeks ago, 2 months ago, I was jazzed about the game. I loved it. I was having fun. And now I understand that, eventually the fun level kind of evens out, but it's done more than that. It's not evened out. It's really dropped off a cliff. And I still like playing with you guys because it's fun. But, yeah, as far as the events and stuff, it just, and playing the ranked duels, it's not fun. It's more like a job than anything. That's a manager bug. Water decks. Yeah, they seem like they'd be interesting. Oh, it's a resonance insect. I have no idea what this thing does. Oh, metamorphosized insect thing. Yeah, that's true. Has mass change not been limited? I think that's why they do it, because they know that people are going to, dump $50, $60 into a box trying to get that one stupid card. And it's unfortunate. It really is. They would, well, they I don't know if that would ever change. Because like I said, I can't really blame them for doing it, because again, from a business aspect, it makes sense to keep letting that card be available. We already have a duel room, dude. Where have you been the last 2 hours? um, but yeah, I mean, from a business aspect, it makes sense for them to leave the cards alone. I just you have to. I mean, there has to be a balance there, and I'm just not seeing it from them right now. I'm not seeing any sort of balance. Because I think what they've seen is that when they do limit or semi-limit cards, they realize that the sale of that box probably goes down. Because now, I mean, people have to think, well, what's the point of, going and digging into into the Rampage of the Forest box if, Sylvan cards are now getting bumped down. And again, that makes sense, but at the same time, balancing the game overall will eventually lead people to other boxes and other deck types. So I think whereas you may lose sales from that particular box, they're going to move over to others. Yeah, but unfortunately, Hombres, he got here kind of late. Look at how late in the game he is here. We're already about to hit the 2-hour mark. And that's generally where I like, God, I cannot draw anything besides monsters now. And that's generally I like to kind of end things. Let's see, who do I want to get rid of? This is a tough choice. It really is. I'm gonna dump Wildheart. Because this isn't actually the way this deck works, but I'm not drawing really what I need here, so. Yeah, curtain call's usually right at 2 hours. At least for duelings. For a game like Fallout, where I can just kind of go and do whatever, then those usually don't have a lot of Metal Morph. Let me see. Target one face-up monster on the field. Equip this card to it. It gains 300 attack and defense. If it attacks, okay. Ultra Evolution Taco. Okay. Here comes the Morphometed Queen. Let me see. Cheyenne has a nice long comment here. Honestly, I feel like introduction of 5Ds is going to make or break for Konami. Pessimistically, the player base are already dropping off like flies, that this game needs serious change. Moni says, I 100% agree if 5Ds will be a flop, the game will die even faster than it is now. Yeah, that's pretty true. I think 5Ds is gonna bring a lot of people back just because of the curiosity factor. They want to see, you know, how good it is, how well it's implemented. They want to see the rewards like gems and stuff like that. They want to see how that works out. Man, I cannot draw my fusion cards. They want to see how that all plays out. So it will bring people back. It will save the game. I don't know, man. I really don't know. I don't think the game will go away, but it's going to be... It's not going to have nearly as many players as it did. Because, I mean, people are already saying that now. And, like, I've said it before, there are, you know, there are still a good number of players. But yeah, I mean, think of it like this. You probably won't notice a difference in who you're facing if the game goes from, say, 3 million players to 2 million players. Because it's still a lot of people. It got off to a bad start? Yeah, I figured it did. But yeah, I mean, if you go from 3 million to 2 million players, you may not notice a drop-off there. You know, so Konami kind of has that going for them. So they can just simply not report the numbers and just be like, yeah, Duel Links is thriving. You know, they can lie to you to a certain extent. But I don't know. It just... I'm trying to think of other ways that they could seriously improve the game. Because like I said, everybody complains. Let's be honest here. I complain. I've seen you guys complain. I've heard other people complain. My big thing is there's nothing wrong with complaining as long as you offer some sort of constructive criticism or maybe even some ideas to try and make things better. And I'm not talking just ideas like, just give us more gems. No, that's a stupid idea. Because that will only sate you for so long. Because you can give an entire game for free, but if that game sucks, then you're not going to play it. So that in itself is not going to work. Yes, Orion. Make more use of gold. That would help. Yeah, because again, you know, look at all that gold I got. But that would be a good idea. Also, I'm thinking... I mean, I sincerely hope they don't introduce any more currencies, because we already have enough currencies. We've got gold, we've got gems, we've got keys, we've got dual orbs. I feel like I'm missing something. I think those are the main ones. But yeah, I think those are the main ones there. As far as gold, I wish gold had more value. Because it feels like the gold value is really watered down. Because when it takes, you know, 5,000 gold to get a normal card, then getting 100 gold as a dual reward is, you know, it's nothing. It's crap. That's why I think that's the whole thing, is that some of those cards are just... I understand that the better cards should be harder to get, and you should have to pay more gold for them. I get that. But... it's just that when you inflate a currency so much, it really makes it seem like that much less. Like if I get gold for a reward now, even if it's like 10,000 gold, I'm just like, I really don't care. Change the rank system to point-based. You mean kind of like how they were doing with, oh gosh, I forget the name of it. Kind of like the KC Cup, sort of similar to that. I think that could work. My main concern is that, and I don't know if you've heard of this, but during the last KC Cup, there was some point manipulation going on with the various people that were at the top, and some people got banned, and some people got their ranks taken away from them, and some people lost rewards. Was it the KC Cup or was it the qualifiers? I can't remember. It was one of those. Maybe it was, I don't I spent 10 hours winning 80% games in Legend and still stuck in Legend 1. Ugh. Yeah, I just... I really do wish that we could implement trading, but I just don't see it happening. I really... I mean, there's just too many ways to... There's just too many ways to take advantage of it. So just past 7 million gold and it's pointless. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not even trying in this game. I'm sorry. I'm so distracted by chat, and I really like this conversation, so I'm just kind of doing whatever. So I apologize to whomever I'm dueling. I just don't care. Yeah, that was yeah, win trading in the qualifiers. There you go. They were trading wins. Basically, they were people who knew who they were going to face. Hello, Starling. I see you over on the alternative place. But yeah, Starling, we're just talking about how the game is kind of not... It's simply just not as great as it used to be, and it's not as fun, and you know, that sort of stuff. But yeah, we're having a pretty good conversation about all that. Yeah, well, it will be fun. Is for 5Ds you have to pay money. Yeah, I'm on 4 different four different whatevers. Unfortunately, 2 of the 4 don't, you know, they don't really do much. Dre, I'm not even trying. I'm paying more, like I told you, I'm paying more attention to the chat than I am to the game. I'm just giving you all something to look at on the screen while I'm, you know, while I'm talking to you all. Because I could just let the screen sit there, or I could actually have something there. I kind of like the idea of a subscription-based game. But at the same time, I understand that some of them just aren't going to make it. Because unfortunately, I think that... I don't want to say the days of subscription-based games are over, because some of them do still work. Obviously, World of Warcraft is the king of subscription games, and it still works. But a lot of other ones have not done so well. But I kind of wish, in a way, that some of them did have subscriptions, so that way you could just get the entire... I'm not doing this. Yeah, apparently this person didn't get the memo that we're not running metadecks. Anyways, anyways, yeah, that's the benefit, I guess, of some of these games that are subscription, is that you get the entire game. It's the whole thing is open to you. You get to do whatever you want. You get to go in your own direction, whatever. And, yeah. Let's see. In lieu of the sheer amount of cards in this game, blocking player creativity is one of the biggest problems that Duel Links has. I don't know. But I just think that... I don't know. I just don't see 5Ds saving the game. I sincerely think that the biggest thing the game needs to do, and I'm not saying it's the only thing, but I'm saying it's the biggest, but I think the biggest thing that they need to do is, like I said, they need to work more on a ban list. They need to work more on limited and semi-limited cards. I think, I'm not saying they have to be overly aggressive, but, you know, put some stuff on there. Don't be afraid to do that. People will find other ways to win. That's the nature of the game. But until they do that, there's going to be a lot of discontent between a lot of players. Because, I mean, like I've said it once before, or I've said it a lot of times before. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I hate for hire decks. I think they're stupid. I think they're pointless. I think they're boring to play. I think they're boring to play against, but I cannot deny that they win. But you know, and that's kind of the downfall of it all, is that people complain again and again that for hires are just crap decks. But like I said, they win. And until they stop winning, people are not going to get rid of them. They're not gonna, you know, they'll keep playing it. As long as the deck wins, they're gonna play it. The same thing. I mean, at least they sort of nerfed Amazons a little bit, because they semi-limited the trap card, which definitely, I mean, it hurt the deck. It didn't completely eliminate it, obviously, but it definitely hurt the deck, because I can tell you right now, if I could run 3 copies of Onslaught, I would. And if I could, I mean, because think of it, because now I have to run those 2 Onslaughts, and now because of that, I can't run enemy controllers. So that would be, I think of it this way, if I could run 3 Onslaughts and 2 enemy controllers, that would be ridiculous. I could do so much with that deck. I mean, that deck would be unstoppable. But I understand they had to kind of tone it down a little bit, so the semi-limiting of that card makes sense. Even though that's the meta deck that I play, it makes sense for them to do that.
Duel?
Vamps and 6 Sams, something like that. But I mean, if I controlled the game, that's what I would do. I would seriously, I would completely throw the meta into chaos. Not, you know, the chaos deck, but what do you think about power creeping current top tier deck cards, archetypes such as from the future box? I think that's, well, the reason why I keep bringing that up is because that's a surefire way to keep, you know, to keep the various, basically to keep the game fresh. You know, because think of it this way, if, you know, cards like Regeki weren't limited or banned occasionally, the game would get boring. It would just get really, really boring. And so it makes sense to do that. And I believe Regeki did actually get off the ban list, which is kind of amazing to me. But hey, you know, you cycle cards in, you cycle cards out. That's just how it works. But yeah, if I were in control, I would, and again, I know people are going to freak out by my suggestions here, but this is what I would do. To solve the fur hire issue, I would limit beat to 1. I would limit beat to 1. I would limit Dyna to 1. And yeah, I know what you're thinking. Well, that pretty much destroys the deck. Maybe the deck needs to be destroyed. I would, let me see, what else would I do? Here, I'll set that. As far as Amazons, I would semi-limit Princess. And I know what you're thinking. That'll destroy the deck. Maybe it needs to be destroyed. Masked Hero, I would limit, or at least semi-limit, Mask Change. That wouldn't destroy the deck, but it would make it much more balanced. I want my darts. Let me think. What else could it be? What other decks are freaking people out right now? Let me see. So we had fur hires. Oh, spellbooks. Let's see. The big card in spellbook right now is that one guy. I forget his name. That little dude that always comes out. That little dude. If you semi-limit him, then that would hurt spellbooks. I don't think it would completely kill it, but it would definitely hurt him. But that would be a good thing to do. Semi-limit that guy. Let me think. What other decks are there? Silent Magician decks. I'd have to look. I'd have to look a little bit more. Because I'll be honest, I'm not completely familiar with the Silent Magician deck and its makeup. Hello, good sir from Korea. Nice to meet you. No, I think it would make. I mean, when you bring out a deck like that, then yeah, you're going to leave the deck there for a while, so it sells. But eventually, you do have to start doing stuff with it like that. Bring what on, dude? I'm not even. I hate to say it, but I'm not really paying attention to the duel. I mean, you probably weren't here when I first said it, but for like the last 25 minutes, I've not even been paying attention to the duels I'm doing. I'm paying more attention to the chat. Yeah, well, I see what you're saying as far as them never wanting to ban it, but I think they're going to have to. Not ban, but I think semi-limiting some of those cards might help. Like if you semi-limit, oh gosh, who else am I thinking? If you semi-limit Silent Magician, and then you semi-limit, oh gosh, I forget who else there is. What is the name of that other guy? I forget. But anyways, yeah, that's. I mean, the big thing is Silent Magician. You, like I said, if you at least semi-limit that, it definitely brings the deck down a little bit. You don't need to give me a chance. I'm paying attention to chat, dude. Just do whatever you want to do. Go ahead. Limiting Wiz and Dinah, and the deck will keep strong. Yeah, because you can do one or the other. I know what you're saying as far as they won't do that, but I think for the good of the game, they should. I mean, they've had to do it in the TCG before, and it makes sense to me to do it in Duel Links also. Because what good is having the game, you know, if it's, you know, what good is trying to keep the game or trying to keep that box available if you have nobody to buy it? Yeah, Fur Hires are far more used than the EX deck cards. Definitely, and then the big reason is because it's from a box where you can just get gems. I have no idea what this guy knows. Let me see. This attack. I'm gonna have to tackle a fusion material donkey and yeah, whatever. Anyways, but yeah, I think you definitely got to do something about it. I mean, again, people are like, "Oh, you just don't like Fur Hires." I've admitted many times that I don't like Fur Hires, but like I said, I can't deny that they win. The fact is that's, you know, 60 or 70% of, you know, the decks out there in ranked are Fur Hires. So it makes sense for them to be limited in some way. Unless you want people to get bored, which happens. I think we've pretty much addressed all the bigger decks. Everything else seems okay for now. But I know it will happen to people, you know, and this is normal. Again, this happened in the TCG too, where people are like, oh, well, once you start banning and limiting those cards, then people will just, you know, move on to another deck and that'll become the meta. That's the point. That's the whole point, is that, you know, you want to change the meta. You just want to keep things fresh. You want to change things up a bit. And again, once that deck has been out there for, you know, whatever the new meta deck is, and that thing's been out there, if people suddenly think that that deck is overpowered, what do? You go and you do the same thing. It's how you keep things moving in the game. You keep things fresh. You change things up a bit. You know, I mean, and, you know, I understand you guys have been doing some really weird stuff lately. Like the Link summons, I think, are a little odd. I understand they're trying to keep the game fresh. I mean, it doesn't always work. I think at this point, once they added in links, it's like, okay, now you're just, you know, now you're just making the game a bit too complex. You know, anybody that comes to the game fresh now is going to look at everything and be like, I have no idea what's going on. So adding Link Duel or Link summons is a little insane because you've already got fusion summons, you got special summons, you got pendulum summons. What was the other one? The XYZ summons, and now you're getting Link summons. You know, at some point, you know, it's like how many more summons are we gonna do at this point? You're going to train. Good day, sir. Go train. Don't work out too hard, though. Kind of maybe let you buy a rank. Well, you kind of do as it is. Because, I mean, think of it. If you went and just started the game, like if you started the game yesterday, and you realized very quickly that fur hire was the way to go, then, yeah, it would make perfect sense for them to just say, oh, well, I'm just going to go spend all my gems on the fur hire box. And so somebody goes and spends $100 and gets all the cards 3 times, and there you go. Normal summon, special summon, fusion summon, fusion summon, XYZ summon, pendulum summon, link summon. Yeah, I mean, that was the kind of the point that I was making, Moni, is that there are so many different summons now. Oh, ritual summon, there you go. You got ritual summons too. I completely forgot about ritual summons. But yeah, I mean, it's just so many different things in the game now that it's, you know, I feel bad for anybody just starting out. Especially for somebody who's just starting out who thinks, oh, well, let me go buy the starter deck and I should be okay. No, you're going to get absolutely destroyed. You're going to just annihilate it. And then you just spent that $10 on that starter deck. And I'm talking TCG, I'm not talking Duel Links. But yeah, you spend your $10 on your starter deck and you get absolutely annihilated, and maybe even some jerks make fun of you. And just like that, you don't want to play anymore. Black Ritual summon demons. Okay. I don't know. I think at this point we have enough summons. Let's stop with all the crazy summoning stuff. We have enough. If you can't figure out a way to summon monsters at this point, then you're not trying. Because at some point it just gets dirty. And yeah. We can Black Ritual summon Maroons. Uh-oh, what's happening? Don't DC on me! No, don't! Okay. Well, they might still DC. Well, at least you all got to see Flash the Forbidden Spell in action. Enemy Comptroller. No Obelisk in game. I've seen a couple of screenshots of people claiming to have data mined him, but I think they're all BS. I don't think they're real. We're messing our own selves over at this point with all these fake leaks. Just, you know, at this point I might as well just go and start digging into the code myself and get you real things. Fusion summon Bonilla and Slim creates Nilla word. Okay. That's weird. Snella word. What in the world is that? Sushin me with a Lodi? Oh. That's right. I forgot. I completely forgot about Bonilla's little fascination there.
I'm Chris Hansen with Dateline NBC.
Oh, look at that. That's cool. You don't see this card very often. Dharma Cannon. We're gonna see lots of Dharma cannons now. Monilla. But I understand what he's doing here. That's actually a pretty good little thing he got going there. Is that since he lost his Ra's disciples, he brings this guy out, and then he uses the nomenclature to bring out 2 more copies. That's actually pretty good. I like that. Oh, wait, I'm switching to attack. Okay. You will get arrested. Maybe. Oh, there was... Oh, I'm not going to talk about it on this stream. Never mind. I thought about something, and I'm thinking, no, I can't talk about that on this stream. No, don't DC on me. Come on, this is actually kind of interesting. Maroon the Foo. Okay. You're not, Benia. I'm just messing with you. You're not. You're not gonna... How can you even get arrested? You're not even in America, dude. And I doubt that anybody from your country besides you is watching my stream right now. They're too interested in other things. Talk about it in Discord. It's a very... I thought it was an interesting story. But like I said, I can't talk about it on this stream. Not necessarily because it includes a lot of cursing or anything, but just because it's a very... It's definitely much more of an adult conversation. Uh-oh. Come on. What are we doing? Okay, there we go. Which Yugioh anime do I like the most? I like the original, Duel Monsters. Vrains is okay. I mean, the story in Vrains is actually... It's not terrible. I mean, it's not great, but it's not terrible. I mean, let's be honest. I mean, most of the stories in all the Yu-Gi-Oh, anime have been kind of eh, kind of silly at times. But Vrains is okay. I mean, it's on Crunchyroll, so it's not bad. But Duel Monsters, the original Duel Monsters, not the 4Kids version. What is 3 of a kind? I've never seen this. If you control 3 or more monsters with the same name except opponent's target, 3 cards your opponent controls destroy those targets. Ow! Why you want to do that? That's not cool. Same with darts. Actually, you all make that joke over and over again, but the darts arc in Duel Monsters was actually really good. If you watch the original one, not the 4Kids, the original one was actually really good. I thought it was good. It wasn't perfect, obviously, but it was good. The 5Ds in 2020. I mean, darts would be kind of fun, but at the same time, I can see why they wouldn't put him in. I mean, because when you really think of it, his whole thing is, I'm going to destroy the world. And yes, there was redemption for him, but at the same time, it's, I don't know. I don't know how he would work. I mean, I guess his trump card would be Geh. And I mean Geh, the actual monster. So, I don't know. I just don't see how, I don't see what cards you would really pair with him. I mean, there were the ones he used in the anime, but not all of those actually made it to the TCG. Yeah, the final season of Duel Monsters, it was all right, I guess, because it gives you a lot of answers to the questions of what was going on with the Pharaoh and all that stuff. It answers those questions, but I don't know. It just because you base the entire show pretty much around card games, and then in the final season, there are very, very few card games. I mean, the show ends with a good card game, but you know. Yeah, he doesn't. I just don't see how he would fit into Duel Links. I don't really see it. I'd like to see some of his cards. Like, just to see Gea would be interesting, but I don't see how it would work. I still think they missed a huge opportunity there by not putting Cyber Dragons in the game. Massive opportunity failure there. They should have done it. I mean, really no ifs, ands, or buts about it. They should have done it. I'm probably gonna play some Fallout again. Yu-Gi-Oh main characters are cheaters. Some of them are, yeah. Or they pull that one card out that just automatically wins them the duel. They top deck the card they always need. Yeah. It does definitely feel like sometimes they just make up cards just for that specific situation. And then when that card happens to make it into the TCG, it makes no sense. It's like you think to yourself, why in the world would I ever play this? But some of the cards are okay. But again, some of them just... Well, think of it this way, like the big whatchamacallit, the whole big thing that happened with Yugi versus Weevil when they were battling on the train, and he just happens to keep drawing monster cards. Like, really? And some of these monster cards are like, I didn't even realize he still had that in his deck. I'm like, what in the world are you doing? And then, of course, the meme was born. Monster Caro! Monster Caro! Monster Caro! Come on, say it with me. Monster Caro! I'm not gonna say it? Okay, fine. I'll just keep saying it by myself. Monster Cardo. Yeah, man, Monster Cardo. Wow, a whole normal monster. That's amazing. I love these rewards. Yeah, some of these, I mean, honestly, in some cases, I would rather just not even receive a reward. It's just, come on, man. It's because, I mean, we all know what's going to happen with that ticket. I mean, here, I'll show you what's going to happen with that ticket. This is exactly what's going to happen with this ticket. We're going to go, we're going to look, and we're going to see that all of these cards are terrible. And we're just going to decide, well, you know what? I have the ticket, so I might as well use it. So we're going to use it on something, and then we're immediately going to go and we're going to trade it for gold, which is useless to us. So yeah, that's pretty much how it works out. So there you go. That's what we're doing. Here you go, Konami. We're taking the one card ticket, thank you, for free, and we're getting a card that we have no use for. I understand they do these things to try and make it, you know, make the game a little more palatable as far as, here, we'll give you free stuff. Well, it's, you know, if somebody gives me a box of free air while I live on Earth, where it's plentiful, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense now, does it? Or if you live in a gingerbread house... I'm kidding. I'm not going to make that joke. Anyways, I think that does it for the day, guys. Thank you all for the donations. We got a whole... Oh, we didn't get any donations. Anyways, thank you all for all the subs. We got up... We didn't get any subs. Okay. That's amazing, guys. Thanks. But anyways, yeah, we'll be here tomorrow, and hopefully things will be a little lighter or a little different. Again, Open Duel Room Sunday, I guess we'll call it. And I'll try to come up with a new deck, because I kind of wanted to use this deck, but I just kept making changes to it, and so I had no idea what I was doing with it. But watch a street play to get the gems. Yeah, I'll do that right now. And then you can see me open my one pack, and I'm not going to get anything. Oh, well, look, it says the daily reward was already done. No! Get away. I don't want to watch this now. Yeah, it's the same one. I guess I didn't do it in time. But anyways... I will see you guys tomorrow, and hopefully things are a little more exciting instead of us just constantly complaining about the game. But anyways, I will see you guys, yeah, tomorrow. But until then, don't kick dogs, because that's not nice. And Dre, we're now going to call you, same time, 11:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, or just Central Time. But Dre is now called the Dralian. That's your new name, dude. You're the Dralian now, so... Yeah, that's what we're going to call you from here on out. And, I'm sorry, Benia. I know you don't like the joke. You know, I know you... Don't do that! They're going to think it's true! I don't even know you in real life, so I don't think they're going to believe me. I mean, why would they? I'm just a random person, man. They're not going to, you know... They're not going to be like, oh, maybe this random person knows something. No, I don't. I don't know anything. I barely even know who Benia is. I know that he's a person. Yeah. So, Yeah.